Good afternoon, folks. I was trying to get this done on a live feed, but my house has been like a revolving door all morning. My wife decided that she was going to come cook brunch about 12:45. She cooked her some steak and eggs while I'm trying to get all this together, trying to cook dinner for the family. And then the boys come in here, and it's just the way my house has always been. But I like it that way. But anyhow, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. What I've got here is I'm going to do, you can see here, I've already pre-made one of those up. But these are my meatloaf bacon, I call them meatloaf baconators in the rolls, and I'll put them on the smoker. I normally cook them about 225 to 250 degrees for about 4 hours, depending. But what I do is I take you got to get hot Italian sausage. You got to use it like Jimmy Dean's, and you get 1 pound of hot Italian sausage and 1 pound of 80-20 chuck. And 80-20 means it's 80% lean, 20% fat. And what I do is I put this right here, lentil soup mix, mushroom lentil soup mix, and I put it in and I mix it all up and grind it with your hands and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, and mix it all in there together. No eggs, no nothing, not like the regular typical meatloaf. And I put them in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. I put holes in all 4 corners, and I take a roller and I roll it all out and make it flat, like it is right there. Then what I do, I get me some parchment paper, like I got right here, and I make a bacon weave. Like I get some good bacon, and I make a bacon weave, and it's just like weaving a basket, pretty much. I mean, you can look up on YouTube. I can show you. They're pretty basic, simple to do. But rolling this out, this is 2 pounds of meat. This is 1 pound sausage, Italian sausage. I mean, you can use breakfast sausage. I've used it before. It just, to me, it's not a real good. I don't know. I don't like the flavor. I like Italian sausage. But what you do is you roll it all out. And you take an X-Acto knife. You know. And you put it on a cutting board and you trim all the sides off. I always like to leave the back side on because it kind of gives me something to hold on to. But if you notice how I got this right here, see, it's all, you know, after I mix the onion soup, in it, and I put my gloves on because that's just the way you got to do in competitions. But I'll tell you a little trick about these gloves too. You can take them like this and blow them up because I got Shrek hands. That's what my kid says. And it's hard for me to find gloves that fit me. I have some big stinking behind hands. But anyway, I put my gloves on. You can tell. Thanks to Jen, my brother's girlfriend, she got these things for me, and they actually fit pretty decent. But anywho, that's besides the point. But today I'm also going to show you my cornbread recipe. It's actually my mama's cornbread recipe, but she showed me how to do it many years ago. And these 2 pans that I have here, this one here was my grandmother's, and it's probably, I'm guessing, at least 80 years old. But it's a good seasoned pan. And this is the one my mama gave me first. But what I do with these things first is I get the bacon weave out, and I take a roller pin, I roll all this out, the meat. After I mixed it all up, see the good thing about it is you can hold it like this, and you can take it like that, and you just gotta flip it. And sometimes it doesn't work out just perfect like you would want to, but you can always move it around later. You know, you guys gotta get it kind of centered in there, and I kind of just work with it. You know, it's just one of those things. But that actually looks pretty good. You know, and what I do after this is I take the little barbecue sauce. I make my own barbecue sauce. I call it the D-Money sauce, but it's pretty good. Everybody seems to like it. I know Gino lives in my house. He eats the crap out of it. Every time I make a batch, I can't hardly keep it in the refrigerator. But anyway, you just take it and paste it a little bit like that, you know, all the way across it. And now what I'll do with these things when I put them on the smoker is I'll cook them for about 2 hours 2.5 hours probably, and I'll probably put maybe a little brown sugar on the tops, on the top of it, to kind of give it a little bit of sweet, because it's going to have plenty of heat with my rub that I use. Because I'll show you that in a minute, but it's a pretty good combination. And I've taken these things to a lot of people. This is a little different recipe. This is not my normal recipe, because normally I just use Italian sausage all the way, but I've actually put the beef in it to try to make it like a meatloaf. But it's pretty good stuff. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Then what I'll do is I'll hit it with my rub. I'm gonna hit it liberally. I mean, that's that's why I always work. You don't want to get or you can use SPG, salt, pepper, and garlic. It doesn't matter. I mean, another good rub that I like to use is Montreal steak seasoning. And then what I'll do is I'll take this right here, that's baby spinach. And you just take that, and what you want to do is you want to keep it on this one end. You don't want it to be in the middle, because it won't roll up when I roll it. So, you take this baby spinach, you put you put quite a bit on there, because it's gonna cook down. When you start smoking it, it gets hot. So I like to kind of get me quite a bit of that baby spinach on there. I mean, the more the merrier to me. I mean, I love spinach, so I don't know if you don't like spinach, but you can do all kinds of things with this. You can do mushrooms, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can put anything you want in it. Do any different types of cheese. I mean, that's just the way I like to do them. And they seem to be quite a hit when I take them to parties and whatnot, or I'm cooking here around the house and having to get together. But I just would like to show you this little. It's a pretty basic concept, but when I'm done, like right here, I got I'll plug the ends, because when you roll it up, the bacon this time I get BOGO, it was cheap, so I got it. But anyway, I put little onions in it. You can put mushrooms, you can put jalapenos, you can do anything you want with it. But I like to put a little bit of onions, chop them up nice and thin. My honest opinion, I buy them from Publix and they're already chopped up, and it makes a lot less work. And they're fresh. I mean, they make them pretty much every day. And you get some bell pepper. I like bell pepper. I like a little bit of everything. I get some yellow, blue, red, and green bell pepper in it. I hear a knucklehead over there talking in one of the rooms. It's always something. No, I love you boys. They're good boys. All of them are. Now you can use any kind of cheese you want on this dealio, but I like pepper jack. I mean, pepper jack is really good cheese. I mean, for me it is. But what I do is I'll just put some slices of pepper jack cheese on there. Like I said, you gotta make a point to put it on one end of it. Wherever you're gonna roll it up. Because if you don't, you'll have your damn mess on your hands, trust me. Been there, done that. And I normally just like to pat it down a little bit like that. And what you do is you just take this parchment paper, and when you start to roll it, you have to get it in a roll. And sometimes you gotta tuck it a little bit like that to get it to roll completely like you want it. And that's what you're finished with. And then you can peg these ends. Like I said, you can peg them. You can leave them open, but I like to peg them with a toothpick. Just make sure you take the toothpick out before you serve it to somebody, because somebody get a toothpick in their mouth. I know one thing, when I do my chicken, you gotta be really careful about it when I'm cooking a competition, because you don't get the judge don't want no toothpick in his chicken. Because I'll show you my chicken recipe someday. I'm just starting at these videos, so it's just kind of new to me. So, but I like to share this stuff to my friends and my family because I've taught a lot of people how to cook this stuff. And you know, it was shared to me from my uncles and my dad, and I just kind of took it to another level, I guess. But yeah, you hit it with your favorite rub, whatever rub you want. I mean, I like a good pork rub, or basically it's got cayenne, garlic, you know, salt and pepper in it. I'm good with it. I mean, I'm downtown. I'm in it. And what I do is I'll just probably pretty much shake it like this and roll it off on that plate. See, that one's a little bigger than the other one. I had the chuck that I had was trying to get it pound even, but it was not going to work that way. But anyway, this is another recipe. This is a recipe I'm really excited about sharing. This is an old family recipe my mama taught me many years ago. Let me get this out of the way here. But don't forget, Lipton soup mix, onion mushroom Lipton soup mix. When you mix your meats together, I'm telling you, it makes the world of difference. You can also put these in hamburgers. I make these things called fat burgers, and I'll put this in my hamburger meat, and it really gives a good flavor to it. To me, it does, and everybody I ever eaten stuff that they love it. So it's just, remember, it's Lipton Recipe Secrets onion mushroom soup mix, or you can actually use it for a dip mix too if you want to use sour cream or cream cheese. But anyway, this is the one I'm excited about doing. All right. You got to get your cast iron frying pan. You have to have cast iron. If you don't have cast iron, go get you one. You can buy them out at the flea market or whatnot. Little parks, little beverage here. But it's just the whole trick. You got to have a cast iron frying pan. So what I do is I take. Now I'm gonna do two different types of cornbread today. I'm gonna do jalapeno cornbread because it was requested, which is probably one of the people love my jalapeno cornbread. And I'm gonna do diced tomato cornbread. Now my mom, she would cook broccoli in her cornbread. She did all kinds of crazy crap. But she taught me this recipe, and it's a really good recipe. And it's very simple, but if it's cooked and done properly, it's delicious. I mean, it's totally delicious. Which I didn't go live, so I'm gonna post this on my YouTube and I'm gonna post it on Facebook. And I'm gonna edit all my cook today. Where I start the smoker, when I put the cornbread in, when I put the temperature at. When I cook the cornbread, and I'll write a whole list about what the recipe attains, you know. But with my cornbread, my mom always cooked it about 350. Well, and she showed me the recipe, and I started cooking it at 425, and she told me I cook it better than she did. And she ate a lot of my cornbread, because when I have a cookout, especially if I'm doing ribs, collard greens, and cornbread, you know what I'm saying? That's just other favorites. But she always told me I cooked it better than she did, which I don't know about that. I mean, her cornbread when I was young and growing up, eating pinto beans, cornbread, coleslaw, and fried taters was the best thing. It's my favorite meal. If I'm going to eat a meal and I want to get full, that's what I like to eat. But anywho, there's little small things that a lot of people don't know. But what you do is you put 2 cups of Martha's White or butter, but you want buttermilk corn mix. It doesn't matter what it is. You can't get Aunt Jemima no more because everybody's gotten freaking politically correct on everybody. But that's actually was the better cornmeal, my honest opinion. But you can't find it in the damn stores no more because everybody's out of their stinking mind over stupid cancel culture bull crap. But anyway, I'm not getting into that today. You get your 2 cups of that. And what I always do, I'm just going to put your cornmeal in first before you start mixing the egg and your buttermilk. You have to have a cup of buttermilk. You need 1 egg, and you need to beat it together because if you don't, it's just easier. Trust me. Now my mom, she just does this thing and throw it all in there. That's how she worked. But I'm a little different. I'm a little more. I don't know. I'm just different, and But what you do is you get you some good buttermilk. You gotta have buttermilk. I mean, you can do it with regular milk, but you pour your cup of buttermilk in. This is my wife's measuring cup. She's a left-hander, so it's reversed for me, so I have to do it in the left hand. But you get you a cup of buttermilk. There you go. Which buttermilk's good anyway. I drink that stuff in a glass. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. As this kid growing up, I drank it all the time. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing when I do the tomato. I'm just going to add the tomatoes, but I'm going to drain the tomatoes off. I'm not going to show you that because it's going to be too damn long video. But I'm going to do the same thing when I cook this pot of diced tomato cornbread. But what I do is I'll open this up and drain off the juice and just put the. But this is another trick. You got to have you some cream cheese. No, not cream cheese. I mean cream corn. I'm sorry. Cream corn is a trick because I don't like sweet cornbread, but the cream corn just gives it just a little bit of that tinge. I mean, I've eaten cornbread from people from up north and whatnot, and it's got way too much damn sugar in it for me. My personal opinion. I mean, I'm old school, just the way I am. But I'm from the South, But what you do is you get in there and you mix it all up. Yeah, I made a mess. It's typical. It's typical for me. My wife says when I go cook, she goes, it takes me an hour and a half to clean the kitchen. But you have to get this thing mixed up pretty good. You gotta get the yolk busted up. Pour all in there. You gotta get you a good mixing spoon. My mom always told me that. You gotta get you a good mixing spoon. I'm gonna use the other spoon here in a minute. You get this cream corn. I don't know what thing is cream cheese. What you do is you gotta get all that cream corn in there. I'm telling you, this is a trick to it right there, that cream corn. No matter what I put in the cornbread, my mama put broccoli in it, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm telling you, she made some crazy cornbread back in the day. You'll see what I'm done with them. They're perfect. And you got to put you some. Now we're going to do jalapeno here. Now the trick my mom always told me is, I've sliced them. You can dice them up, whatnot. But that's how she always did it. And I'm just going to do it how she did it because her jalapeno cornbread is horrible now. I'm telling you. My buddy Wesley Snipes, West Mead, absolutely loves my jalapeno cornbread. But you got to get you some jalapenos in there. You know what I mean? Well, Mom always told me the trick to it is that you got to get some of that juice in there. So you get your jalapenos in there, and it depends on how hot you want it. And I'm gonna cook this one up a little hot. But she said you got to get that juice. And she said that's where that big spoon comes in handy. And I can't get it in there, but she said you can pour it in there like this. You got to put your little juice in there. That's just how she rolled. She's kind of crazy old lady. She was cool. She's a cool mom. I miss her to death. And then what you do is you just go get you some pepper. And I even, you can get a tablespoon. I always do it this way. That's about a tablespoon of pepper. Tablespoon of kosher salt. Now I like kosher salt. I don't make a rub or anything. I'm putting kosher salt in it. That's just what I do. About a tablespoon, about a teaspoon of corn. So I told you, never fails. I heard him in there talking earlier. I knew he was going to come out sooner or later. Come out of the dungeon. But anywho, what you do is you mix all that up. Just mix her all up. Make sure she's good mixed up though. Oh yeah, she's good. You can make sure it's all mixed up. You ain't have no dryness in there. That's the trick. Now I'm gonna do a little something different. Mom did. I'm gonna throw some bacon chips in there. Something a little different. Like she said, you can always put anything you want in the cornbread. That's how she rolled. So I'm throwing anything in it. Just for you, Mama. I miss you. This is another trick that she's going to make it perfection. And she has to have canola oil, she always told me. Now you can use vegetable oil. That's the way to do it, Daryl. You can use vegetable oil, but the canola oil gives it a little more, just a little bit more fluff, and you know, it does something different for it. But I normally like 2 tablespoons, but my mom just poured it in like that. See, that's good enough. That's how she rolled. But the last key ingredient, believe it or not, is sour cream. And she told me not to be liberal with the sour cream, the more the merrier. So I usually put 2 big old chunks in there. Just like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing when I cook it. I put the tomato, I'm going to do that a little later. I'm not going to bore you guys, but she's like the sour cream is key, and it is. Because it just gives it that flavor like you have never believed, I'm telling you folks. And what I'll do with this is I'll cook it at 425 degrees for about an hour and a half. I'll pull it out and set it on the stove and cover it. But what I do is I'll take some real butter and I'll put it on top, and I'll just roll it around on top of the cornbread. But this is the trick right here. This is another little thing she showed me, and she said it's important. Pour your mix in there. Make sure you get it all out of there. She always told me, make sure you get it all out of there, Daryl. Where that oil goes in there, that oil will push up to the sides because the substance will. That's what you do. Is you take that spoon. She always told me you get that canola oil in that spoon, and you pour it in the middle. That's what she told me to do, and she's right, because it makes it good, 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 good. So I'm gonna go crank the smoker up, put these babies on here in a few minutes. And I'll make a video of that, and I'm going to edit everything and put it all together, hopefully. I'm kind of new at this crap, but supposed to have some help today, but they all bolted on me, so this is what it is. My son and my wife went to go see Nanny, which is important. You got to make sure you get it all laid out in that pan perfectly. What I like to do is I like to throw it up on the side so it kind of makes a little crust, a little crispy crust. But you just let it lay down there like that. And I'll make another pot up here in a minute. But that's pretty much what I got going on today. I'll have another video here in a little bit. Clean my mess up. But anyhow, vote Trump 2020. Support people. Most important election in our lifetime, believe it or not. And a big fat hairy guy. Cookin is my name. I hope I can share it. When I post this, I'll put all the ingredients and the steps of the recipe and whatnot together. But love you folks. You guys have a great day.